All right, so we've had our hands on the XDefiant Open Beta session here for a little bit now, a few days, and I think it's about time that we can start developing some opinions and some thoughts on the game itself and where we think it could potentially go here in the future. Oh, almost had a three-piece. Oh, three-piece? Yep, there's a three-piece. Excuse me. Jump behind that guy. Thank you. Yep. Gonna grab that real fast. And I can confidently say at this point in time, something very, very simple. This game is fun, all right? It's a good time. Is it a Call of Duty killer? I really wish people would stop bringing up that phrase because it's absolutely ridiculous. Nobody actually takes that statement seriously. Nothing is gonna be a Call of Duty killer. It's the same thing with Destiny. Nothing will be a Destiny killer. What will kill those games is themselves, just over time with the way that things go. There is no such thing as a Call of Duty killer. And if that ever happens, well, then, you know, good for them. But I highly doubt that that ever will occur. But the point I'm trying to make here is that this game is a good time if you just look at it in the perspective of what it is. It's its own game with its own ways of playing. Does it remind you a lot of old Call of Duty? Absolutely, and that's for a good reason. It's developed by a lot of old Call of Duty developers. And Mark Rubin, the previous Call of Duty executive producer. You know, there's a lot of reasons to connect it to Call of Duty, absolutely. But does that automatically make it a carbon copy of Call of Duty or Call of Duty killer or whatever the case may be? No, it absolutely does not. Now, what are some key things that I think are really good to take away so far from the open beta session? I think, big time, the maps. The maps in this game are genuinely fun. Granted, I have not played a lot of the most recent Call of Duties, but what I have played, the maps have never been particularly exceptional to me. And what I mean by exceptional, I just mean a map that's memorable. A map that I don't feel like I have to fight against, if that makes sense. And that may not be the best way of describing it, but that's what I'm gonna say. In this game, so far, and it could certainly be a honeymoon phase sort of thing that we're experiencing here, but so far, I will say that I think that the maps in this game are designed fairly well to be, and this is the key right here, arcadey. Arcadey. That's the big thing. The maps in this game, I think, are just designed to genuinely be a good experience, a good time. They're not super uber focused on them being extremely realistic and all these things. They're just focused on them being good, fun maps. Ah, no! All right, so what about the modes in this game? What do we have? Well, it is, to be fair, very barren at the moment. And it will be barren at launch. We've got Domination. We've got this one right here, which is Occupy, which is just hard point from Call of Duty. We've got Escort, which is taken straight from Overwatch, which actually plays really well in this game, by the way. And then we've got Zone Control. I can't remember what the other one's called, but it's basically like a mash of Kill Confirmed and Cranked from Call of Duty. So far, my favorite game modes to play are Domination, Occupy, and Escorts. Those maps so far play really well. Another thing that's really interesting about this game is that the movement in this game is quick. It doesn't require you to move extremely quickly, if that makes any sense at all. You have the opportunity of moving very quickly in this game. The base sprint speed, I will say, is quite fast, but you're not required to completely engage in slide canceling and jumping around the map and bunny hopping and things like that. You absolutely can if you so choose, but you're not required to in order to have a good experience on the game. Personally, I appreciate that a fair bit, and that opens up the game to a variety of ways to play. And I'll tell you this too, there is a very clear difference in this game between rocking an AR and rocking an SMG. You cannot take an assault rifle in this game and play it like a submachine gun. It just doesn't work. And likewise, you cannot take a submachine gun and try and play it like an assault rifle. It doesn't work. They're very specified ways of playing the game. And the moment you try to merge those together into something that they are not, you're not going to play well. Another interesting distinction with this game is the factions, as you're seeing here. Like, you don't have kill streaks like a traditional Call of Duty does, but you've got factions which have different abilities that you can pull in throughout the match. One super underrated feature that I really love about XDefiant so far, and granted it is in beta, but assuming that they carry this over into the full release, I love the lobby screen. This is very reminiscent to me of old Halo 3, Halo Reach. Seeing the searching right there, or even you could look at Black Ops 2. You find your players, oh my god, to me, it's very nostalgic. I love the way that this menu system is set up when you're in the lobby looking for a game. I know it's super, like, minor, but but to me, it feels great. I really, really love the way that it looks and feels. On top of that, right here, we got a map voting system, which is just downright amazing. Oh, I don't even know the last time I played a modern shooter that had map voting. Oh my goodness, it just feels so good. And another minor thing that I really like is whatever menu music they've got going on in this game, it sets the tone pretty well for the game. Now, I may just because I'm new to it, who knows, but it feels nice, and it reminds me of the way that the old Halo menu music kind of just gave you that vibe that you knew what you were playing. All right, now one thing they don't have in this game is they do not have kill cams. So if you die to somebody, well, good luck figuring out where they were, because there is no way of figuring out how that happened. And whew, headshots feel amazing in this game.
Revenge.
Where are you at? Okay, actually, real question. True? Oh, wait, no, never mind. We're clearing the zone. I was like, where are they at? Nope, not happening. The last little bit of, like, positive feedback that'll give based off my experience in the open beta so far is that the game is honestly, it's just a good time. It's just fun to play. It's fun to engage with. I really don't find myself that often getting really upset about engagements that I've been in or anything like that. It really just is a good time. Oh, ran out of ammo. Nice. All right, now when we start looking ahead, right? So the game isn't out yet. It's in beta right now. When we start looking ahead to when the game does officially release, what are some things that we need to be aware of and looking at for this game to be successful? There's a few specific things that I think are important to recognize. The one thing that I am hearing a lot of people talk about is the fact that this game does not have a battle royale. I don't think that this game needs Battle Royale right now, and if you want to hear about my true thoughts about that subject, then check out the link in the description to a video that I made dedicated to this entire subject. But otherwise, the situation that this game finds itself in is that it's going to need a lot of content. This dude just freaking, oh my god, that was rude as hell. This game's gonna need a lot of content in order to keep people engaged. The fact of the matter is that in today's video game landscape, if you have a shooter that's not a battle royale, you're already kind of handicapping yourself a little bit because every popular shooter game out there right now is a battle royale. So if you're already going against the grain, well, good luck. You are setting yourself up, you know, to have a harder time than any other shooter would have out of the gate. Now, we already have a pretty solid idea of what kind of content plan we're gonna get out of this game. If you guys saw at the Ubisoft, oh my god, my aim, bro, I could have gotten a 3-piece. If you guys saw the roadmap that they already released for this game over at Ubi Forward, they showcased that we're gonna be getting 12 maps and 12 guns throughout the first year of the game, which effectively, depending on how they distribute the content, will make us be getting a brand new map and a brand new gun every month. And to me, that cadence sounds pretty good. I like the sound of that cadence. Woo, man, headshots in this game are crispy. They really are going to need to keep people's attention with this game because I mean, just straight up, the way that the game works, being an arcade shooter, it's repetitive in nature. There's not as much that's keeping it exciting and different with every match. That's one of the biggest draws of the Battle Royale is that every single game can be different in its own way. But when you have an arcade arena shooter like this, everything is pretty predictable, and it all kind of follows the same formula. Now, obviously, every match can be a little bit different, but it, generally speaking, follows the same formula, so it's not as exciting, if you will, as a Battle Royale is. But having a consistent flow of content can really help the vibe of having it feel like there's more going on in the game, which, again, as we've already discussed, is very important for the life cycle of this game. Another really key thing that this game is going to need is it is going to need more weapons. I think right now it's got 24 weapons, which on paper is like, oh wow, 24 weapons. But when you really break it down, the fact that there's all kinds of different types of weapons that you can use, ARs, SMGs, you can use shotguns, you can use snipers, you have all kinds of different types of guns to use. The thing is that all the weapons so far in the game actually feel really good. Like, I really couldn't tell you any gun that is just straight up trash. Every gun has its place. Some weapons are stronger than others. Like, if you're gonna play an assault rifle, the ACR is almost always gonna be your best bet. And then when it comes to SMGs, the MP7 is really strong. But you can honestly use any of the guns and you'll be just fine.
Target down.
Woo! I wasn't expecting the other guy. So with that being said, yeah, we just need more guns in this game. I mean, it'll only make it feel even better. A couple little thoughts in terms of post-release of this game, right? The prestige system that is supposed to be coming into this game is coming after the launch of the game. So it's not going to be here straight away. So the question is, how is that going to affect the longevity of the game from the start, right? Because first impressions are everything. And if you have a really strong start, it makes it easier to propel yourself forward following that strong start. Now, it doesn't mean that it absolutely will happen. Halo Infinite is a good indicator of that. Halo Infinite had an amazing launch. Lots of people playing the game, and then it ended up completely falling by the wayside, and they don't even have a fraction of the players that they did at launch, unfortunately, due to a variety of reasons. But with that being said, if they could launch this game and have the prestige system come into it pretty soon after, not have to wait too long, that will be really healthy for the game's community and give people a bigger reason to play and to grind from that early portion of the game. Woo! How did I die? Whoa! What? How did I die? Is that a server thing?
Take the zone.
Another good question. Right now, there are only 5 game modes in this game, so the question is, how long will it take new modes to come into it?
Hostiles on the scope in zone B.
Woo, that headshot made me. Oh my god, I almost got 2-piece. There are 2 game modes that I desperately would love to have in this game. Search and Destroy, which they've already said is slated for Season 1 or 2, and a Team Deathmatch game mode. Those are the 2 game modes that I'm really, really looking forward to. I play Team Deathmatch in every game like this. And S&D is just, honestly, a ton of fun. And I would love to jump in there and just mess around, make some content, you know, run some weird classes, and just have a good time with people. That, once again, is slated for Season 1 or 2, according to Mark Rubin on Twitter. No mention, at least that I've been able to see, no mention so far of a Team Deathmatch style game mode coming to XDefiant. I can't imagine that there won't be a TDM-based mode, but as of right now, we have not heard anything, at least that I've seen. I'm not saying that 100% there hasn't been, but I haven't seen anything related to a Team Deathmatch mode. Another question for post-release is, how is the Battle Pass going to be structured? Are we going to get a lot of content in the Battle Pass? Are the cosmetics going to be really cool? Like, is it going to be worth doing? You know what I'm saying? I really feel like that's going to be a big component for this game's longevity, is will the Battle Pass system have a lot of content? Are people going to be, you know, truly incentivized to play this game with the Battle Pass? Every game does Battle Passes differently, more effectively than others, less effectively than others, and I'm just really curious to see how a Battle Pass system will be implemented in XDefiant. We already know that the gunplay is really, really fun. We already know that the game itself is a good time. The question is, can you hold us there for longer with the Battle Pass? All right, now another thing that is definitely going to be key for the longevity of this game and keeping people interested for a longer period of time is a ranking system. They've already confirmed that there will be ranked play in this game. There will be a ranking system in this game. The question is, number 1, how will it look? And number 2, will there be rewards tied to it? How is that going to look for this game? I'm extremely interested to see what kind of ranking system we're going to have. Because I can tell you right now, just from a broad content creation perspective, if this game has a good ranking system and it works properly and people enjoy it, that right there will carry a lot of content for this game. I mean, just straight up, it will carry a lot of content. So I'm really hoping that the ranking system ends up being implemented well. Now, of course, Ubisoft are the same people who publish and create Rainbow Six Siege, which, from my understanding, has a really good rank system. I personally do not play Siege. However, I am well aware of Rainbow Six Siege system has been in the past, and their esports have been huge, the Six Invitational and all these things. So I'm hoping that they're able to pull over some of that expertise into XDefiant and provide a really great ranking system, because that will just provide a lot of content for people moving forward. All right, and really the last thing that I want to discuss in regards to XDefiant in this video today is the question, hold on, woo, there we go, is simply the question of, will the amazing dev communication that we have been blessed with so far throughout the early stages of this game, will that proceed? Oh my, I did that so wrong. If I would have popped that a little bit sooner, I would have cleared that out. Will the communication continue? Because quite frankly, the communication has been absolutely massive for this game. Being able to tweet at Mark Rubin and have him directly respond to you no matter how big your following is, whether you have 1 follower or 1,000 followers or 100,000 followers, it's been amazing. And I really hope that that communication continues as the game pushes forward. All in all, I am extremely excited for XDefiant, and after putting in a ton of hours into this game over the last couple of days, hitting level 20 so far on the open beta, I can genuinely say that I really, really do enjoy this game, and I'm excited to see where it goes in the future. There are a lot of things to be excited about, a lot of things that I think that they need to improve on and build upon for the full release. And of course, we'll see how those things play out in time. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they decide to extend this beta. We'll find out. But if they haven't, then we'll definitely be checking out this game later down the line this summer when it fully releases. If you guys want to consume some more XDefiant content and you want to see some tips on how to increase your KD every game, then check out this video on screen now. I break it all down for you.